Hey guys, happy Wellness Wednesday. How's everybody doing? This is a beautiful day. It's a little chilly, but I'm so glad to be coming to you to talk to you about how to have health and wellness and how to live in abundance even during seasonal changes. So my name is Melanie Wagner and I am a team leader with Young Living Essential Oils. Today, though, I'm here to bring you a little bit of information just from my studies of SAD disease or SAD disorder, what is also known as seasonal affective disorder. During this time of year, when the days are shorter and the nights are longer, our bodies tend to go through a little bit of a shift. I'll tell you a quick story about, I guess, a week and a half ago when the time changed and it was darker earlier. I was working on my computer and not really paying attention to the time, but I got up and realized it was like dark outside and I was so tired. So I went and washed my face and I put on my pajamas and I was actually going to get some toothpaste out of another bathroom, and I asked my husband, I'm like, what time is it? Because I was literally about to go to bed. And he said, well, it's 7:30. I was like, oh my gosh. So the sun outside and day and night really does have an effect on our body, whether we realize it or not. So what can we do to help our bodies maintain optimal wellness during season changes so that we don't, so we're not as affected by darkness outside, and so during this time of year we don't feel the effects of the season changes as much? Well, from everything I've looked into, one of the best things you can do for your body is take extra vitamin D. Now, with that being said, I have taken some notes because I think it's really important that you understand how your vitamin D is sourced and the best kind to take. So, at least in my opinion, because vitamin D is very essential. It regulates so many aspects of our body, which would explain why when you're not getting enough, you don't feel right. It helps with our protein absorption. It helps with enzymes. It also helps with our cellular reproduction in our body. It supports our joints. So if you experience inflammation, a lot of times that can be as a result of not getting enough vitamin D, something very simple. But this is where the problem comes in, because our best source for vitamin D is actually one thing. And very few of us get enough of it. And I'm sure you probably know what that is, but it's sunlight. Just simple, good old-fashioned sunshine. When we go outside in the direct sunlight for a few minutes a day, our body actually absorbs the vitamin D that the sun gives out. So when we aren't able to do that because we either work in an office where there isn't the capability to get outside. I know maybe many of you may work like in a setting where you work long hours and you're not able to lift your head up from your computer to get out, or we just are in an environment or in a place where it's not daylight long enough, so we don't get a natural source of vitamin D. And that's where we come into having to supplement our body. Now, I don't take vitamin D year round because I tend to get enough sun. I love to be outside. But one of the best sources of vitamin D is the sunlight. If you want to supplement vitamin D by using nutrition, there are a few sources of it, but please remember, we were never meant to take our vitamin D in through food, but there's a couple of things you can do. Fatty fish is really good. Cod liver oil, mackerel, tuna, salmon, those are all really good sources of vitamin D. Shiitake mushrooms, if they're dried, are good for that. You can also do egg yolks. That's another good source. There's sometimes you can have milk that's been fortified with vitamin D. I don't drink that, but that is not going to be enough, though. You would have to drink, I think I read it said like 20 cups of that milk a day to get enough vitamin D for your diet. So most people, when they feel like the season changes affect them, take a supplement. And the best source I have found over the years is a liquid vitamin D. Now, I have a friend who's a compound pharmacist who used to make it for me. There's also a company called Innate Choice, and I'll type that into the comment section, that I think has a really good source of vitamin D that they actually sell, and it is a liquid because you want really good absorption. So I won't get into levels of who needs to take what and how much, because that would be getting way out of what I know a lot about. I can just tell you that personally, taking in enough vitamin D during this time of year and as winter approaches, especially as we get closer to the winter solstice in December, is going to be really important for you to feel your optimal best during this time of year. And then if you get an opportunity to be out in the sun for a few minutes, take advantage of that. Wear the proper sunscreen if you are a sunscreen wearer, but definitely take the opportunity to get outside in the sun, because that is the best way to absorb vitamin D from its natural source. So I hope that helps you. I just want you to know that as you study health and wellness and you decide how you want to treat your body and how you want to live optimally, it's really not hard. It's just a few simple choices that you can make along the way to live an abundant and healthy life. So until next time, I do pray that you're blessed, and I do pray that as you live out each and every day, that you're happy, that you're healthy, that you're oily, and that you live free. Why? Because it's just how I oil. Have a great Wellness Wednesday. See you guys.